drive under the influence and are pulled over. Everything that happens next, including your arrest, conviction, and incarceration, is registered with the police department and the courts. Long after you've put the incident behind you, your records remain preserved in their databanks. Every interaction with the law is preserved, but not everything is stored in one place, which means that one person's complete criminal record may be spread over multiple institutions in any or all 50 states and within countless cities and counties, as well as multiple federal agencies. Each state gathers much of the information on a particular individual into a single criminal file, while the FBI gathers the files into a single federal file. When someone applies for a job, their criminal record is taken into consideration. If the occupation happens to be regulated, meaning that it requires a state or federal license, the licensing bureaus automatically run criminal background checks on each individual who applies for a license. These checks are run through the FBI or state authorities. A surprising number of professions are regulated, and the percentage of U.S. workers requiring a license has increased significantly over the years. But what about the 70% of workers who do not work in regulated professions? They are not subject to automatic criminal background checks, but it turns out that most of those workers face the same checks, albeit through a different route. Potential employers are not provided with criminal records from state or national databases. Rather, if they wish to consider an applicant's criminal past, they are left with two options. They can search for the information themselves online, and if need be, in person. They will need to turn to each relevant department individually. Most records are public information and must be provided to anyone who asks for them in person. Or they can pay a private consumer reporting agency to collect the information from all the relevant departments and present it to them as a single file. Naturally, most employers find it easier and quicker to pay a company for the research. One issue with this research is that unnecessary information, such as charges that were dismissed or charges the person was later acquitted of, may be included. Other information may be incomplete, giving a distorted picture. And yet other data may be false, caused by errors such as a mix-up in names and the like. How many employers insist on criminal checks, and just how often? Studies show that the vast majority run criminal checks routinely for every applicant. To be sure, an employer is required by law to obtain the applicant's consent before running a criminal check for the sake of considering a job application. And an applicant may choose to withhold their consent, but that will indicate that they have something detrimental to hide and may result in automatic rejection. Employers need to safeguard their companies, staff, and customers. And they consider reviewing an applicant's criminal history critical to this protection. On the other hand, applicants with a blemished record, now seeking to earn an honest living, need jobs. For them, a review of their criminal history is a serious impediment to achieving this goal. Is there a way to balance the concerns of both employers and those with criminal records?